Hey guys, Felicity here from Felicity Fierce Cross Stitches. Back today with another video. It's been around 2 months. My last video was filmed on the 28th of September, just after school finished for term 3, and then we're going away. Now today is the 8th of December and we are heading into the last week of school actually in the moment. So again, the whole term's gone by, but I've had a lot of things going on within school and out of school, personally as well. So I haven't really had time to sit down and actually get a video filmed. And we're actually leaving on Wednesday for a 5-6 week holiday. So this is about the only time I've had to get this filmed. Hopefully I can get it filmed before Mum and Dad come in walking through the door, because I've actually got some time today. So today I have a couple of things to show you, mostly haul, but that was also part of a birthday gift that came in because my birthday was in November. So things that's going on in my life at the moment. So we've just, as I said, we're just finishing school. We're going into week 9 at the moment, and it's all like keeping fingers crossed that I might be back there next year. Not sure yet. I'm hoping to be, but with the way being a contract teacher, it just, everything's up in the balance. So you never know what's going to happen. I've been on a camp, so I was asked to be a leader on a camp recently with an organisation called Talk Out Loud, which is all about promoting mental health and taking time for you and actually speaking it loud and not suffering alone. I was the leader of the green team with another guy, and we only had 6 members of our team compared to other groups who had 7. Well, it was really fun. We were able to go to Harndorf and do an amazing race around Harndorf with no phones. We kept our theme, and the theme of the camp was Back to the Future, so we were all being retro all weekend. From there, we actually managed to become 2nd in the team in the amazing race, which was, we didn't think about that at all. We just had so much fun. And as a leader, it was amazing for me to see how each team member in our group grew in confidence, and that race was all about putting us outside of our comfort zones and doing something completely different. That weekend it's a worthwhile weekend, and I grew a lot emotionally and mentally from that too. What else has been going on? I had my 10-year high school reunion, and that was crazy to go back to. I can't believe it's now been 10 years since out of high school. Chloe and I went back and we had a lot of fun. It was crazy going back and seeing how the school has actually changed. I know I went back last year and actually taught there as well, but still things this year has changed as well. Like they've knocked down the old gym and it's completely rebuilt. Leading into something else is that we're going through some struggle at the moment with some health issues in our family. My uncle's health is not very good at the moment. There's a lot of appointments going on due to his heart and low iron levels. I'm not sure what's going to happen, but just keep your prayers up for him, please. He's really struggling at the moment, and so is my aunt, and she's been the carer for him. So that actually is a good segue in, because I do have one FFO, but I can't show it to you. I'm going to put a photo in. It's the Seashell Treasures by Dimensions that I finished earlier this year. I actually FFO'd it properly for once, completely. Like, I didn't take it to the framers, I did it myself. And that felt amazing. So I was able to get some matte board, foam core from Officeworks, and I pinned it first, and then I laced the back, took the pins out, made sure it was all correct. Put it into the frame that I found when I was with Chloe earlier this year, and it fitted perfectly. And then Mum and Dad went down when I was at school one week and had like an afternoon tea, and they took it down to Jen and Chris, and they love it. So hopefully I've put the photo in as well sometime in here, but that's my first a proper FFO from myself. Following that, Mum and I went to a girls' day, and we actually found some matte board that's actually thinner. So the one I did for the seashells was 5mm, whereas the one I found now that I have a bit of now is 3mm. So hopefully that will go better for when I want to do some other sort of framing coming in soon. Alright, so let's get into it. So I've really worked on two projects. One with a lot of progress. One that I am not going to continue working on because I hate the fabric. And then I'll show you a bit of plans because I know I'm going to be taking at least one project, probably two, away with me. I just need to figure out what the second one is because it might have to be a start. And then I'm going to take a new start away with me as well. So without further ado, let's get started. So the first whip that I've been working on is Gypsy Queen by Mirabilia, and that's what she looks like as a full design. I'm also going to put in a photo of what she looked like last time, and last time I think I had just done the top part of her dress and hadn't even hit the bottom half. I've been really loving working on her recently, and I participated in Stitchmopoly, that's how you say it, for the first time, and my goodness, I made so much progress on her during Stitchmopoly. I think I did like over 3,000 stitches, and now I'm also fancy because I now have a board to use. But here she is. Oops. Let's see what I'm doing. Here's my Gypsy Queen. I'm loving how the colours are coming out on this particular fabric at the moment, but I have finished up the top half of her dress. I mean, I need to go back and finish doing the her torso. Her pedestal is completely finished, and I've been going down and working in through this part of the dress, and I'm loving the colours. So this is a nice sash that's going through. I've used a lot of metallic, so I finished off over here. Oops. Over here I finished off this tassel-y decoration that has both Karen water lilies and Chronic and Petite Treasure Braid in there, so it sparkles. I've gone in and filled in all the water lilies that were missing earlier, and I'm just loving it. I've had to put her down for a while because I'm just a little bit over her. I love the colours, but I just need a break and I need to stitch something else. Not sure what I'm going to head into, but I love her and she just looks so amazing on this fabric. By the way, this fabric is from Colour Cascades in Western Australia. It's called Golddigger, and it's on 32 count. I think this one's actually on jobelan rather than Lugana, but it's still an even weave, and that colour is it's a little bit more vibrant than what it's showing up there at the moment, but it's really nice. And if you can see, here we are compared to the picture. So compared to the picture, I still need to go back upwards and finish off her torso, and I just need to finish off the dress in here as well. But yeah, let's see if I can get in close on that sparkle. So you can see there you've got the water lilies. I love how that actually becomes variegated, and I decided to stitch it differently, so I had the lighter part up here at the top and the darker bit down the bottom. But she is looking amazing and I'm loving her. And actually for the first time I'm using one of these thread rings to hold some of the special flosses. So I have instead of using one of the Chronics, I went to use a Petite Treasure Braid because I've used that before with Elsa, and I found that easier to use. All my other Chronics are over in the box because I don't have them in here. But I set up these myself, so they're like little thread cards. So it has like the company, the colour, the number, and then it also has the die lot. So this is what I set up myself. So I printed them out at school, and it means I can then change the die lots. Also, what I've been doing here is this is the part of the skein that I've already cut that I'm working from, and I keep the majority of the skein at the back. Whereas if you see with this one, this is the one I cut from, and then this is the leftover that I had from when I was working on it. And then I keep the main majority of the skein at the back. So that's the way I've been organising it. and for this particular project it's been working. So I'm thinking that when I go back to my chatelaine, I'll make sure I set up another one of these, because I do have these rings, and I'll set this up for the chatelaine as well, because this is making it so much easier to sort out all the different threads, and there's only 4 especially threads like this, but I'm loving that so far. Alright, so the other project I've been working on is my smaller hade. This is the hade that is on 22 count. It is Once Upon a Time Quick Stitch by Aimee Stewart. I'll hopefully insert a photo here of what the main coverage design looks like, as well as where I was up to last time. I've done a little bit on this, but I'm not going to continue on it, and I'll explain that in a sec. So I've completely done page 1 and 2 at the top there, and now I moved down to work on page 3, which is where all these leaves along the bookcase is coming in, and you've actually started to see the beginning of the words on this project. However, I really, 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 really hate this fabric. I love the pattern, I love the project so much, but I can't stand working on this fabric. I know I used 22 count for Elsa, but that was a softer 22 count somehow, and this is really harsh, and trying to find and stitch on the holes, I just hate it. Absolutely hate it. And I know I've done like 2.5 pages out of 12, but I can't stand it. I cannot stand it. So what's the point on continuing with a whip like this that you can't stand and you don't want to work on it because you hate the fabric? I started this on the 1st of January in 2016. I've done 2 and a bit pages, and it's nearly at the end of 2019. That's nearly 3 years of like no work on it. I finished Elsa in that time, and she was 35 pages. I did 12 pages on Elsa in 1 year. If I put my head down and had it on fabric that I liked, I could get this done within a year. If anyone wants this, you'd have to get the pattern yourself, you have to get your threads yourself, but I'm happy to send this out to you, because I am not going to continue working on it. I'll print off the page of what I have been working, so you know what has been done, what hasn't. You'd have to get the pattern. It's still available on Heaven and Earth Designs website. It's a quick stitch, so it's cheaper than the full patterns. So I think it's like $12 or something. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on the price. But I'm not going to continue working on this. I'm going to get some Easy Guide 25 count, and I'm going to stitch it on there because I prefer that. I prefer 25 count. I prefer it smoother. It's easier to use. I've been doing that for my other hade, and I'm loving that. So I just need to get new fabric. Hopefully might be able to find it on my way. If not, I'll do an order when I get home. But I just don't like this fabric. It just comes down to that, and I don't see myself finishing it, when I would love to finish this because I love the saying on there. So again, if you would like to take this over, just let me know, because I'm not going to finish it. You'd have to buy the pattern yourself. You have to get the threads yourself. I would give you what I've done on this page down here, because there are some ninja stitches. But I'm not going to continue with it. Otherwise, it's just going in the bin, because I don't like it. That's the problem with this whip. So if you want it, let me know. It's great. I was going to take this away with me when we're leaving on Wednesday. But what's the point? I may as well take something else or start something new that I'd love to work on so much more. So speaking of what I'm going to take away with me, so this is transitioning into plans, is I am definitely going to take a new start away with me. I'm not sure what that is yet. That's my plan for once I've done some packing today, is to sit down and bring out all my fabrics and bring out all my charts and my patterns and think, okay, what do I really want to work on? Is there something I want to work on while I'm away? And then what do I want to start when I'm away as well? But I am definitely taking a project away with me, and this is about the only other one that I have that I'm able to take away with me. So this is in my project bag that I bought in at the Show Me retreat from Judy, and I love it. It fits so much in here at the moment. It fits where the book is from. This is the project I'm also using, the Floss Buddy flip on from Karina, and on the back I actually have like the put in the spare pieces of the pattern and the colour schemes. So it fits all of that in there at the moment. I know you can use this as a project bag, but this is easier. Alright, so I'm working on the Butterfly Fairy by Joan Elliott. This is what I'm going to take away with me. This is my first ever Joan Elliott design. I've been working on the lower corner here. It is stitched with DMC. I do have some chronic in there as well. And part of my haul as well today is I bought some of the chronic that I did not have. This is being stitched on 32 count Lugana, again from Colour Cascades, because I'm part of their monthly fabrics, and it's called Golden Touch. So it's this nice pink with these golden areas. Alright, so I've been working on the lower left corner here. This is probably what you saw last time. I'm actually going to put her on the Q-snap this afternoon, and I'll stitch on her as well because I've taken Gypsy Queen off. I just need something easy that I can stitch on for the next couple of days before we go away, and then I'll take her away with us as well. So I have the rest of the butterfly to stitch, the rest of her leg as well to stitch there, and then that's that page done. So then I might work on the page over here on this side, and then I might head upwards, not sure. But she doesn't have any beads. Pattern I have from the book doesn't have any beads on her, but she does have lots of chronic out and around here, and then as I said, I'll go and work on this page. But I love it. I originally thought this was like a grey, but it's actually really light blue. But yeah, I'm hoping to finish working on her this afternoon, like to keep working on her this afternoon, because I need something to keep myself sane. And being the last week of school, year 8s and year 9s are being interesting, and I need something just to keep myself sane. So yeah, I'll continue to work on that, and I'll take that away with me as well. So hopefully next video you'll see a lot more progress on her. Yeah, so with her, I am just looking back at the pattern I have here. I just need to finish off the leg and then the butterfly, and then I can move on to the next page. She's small, really small compared to the fancy ladies. Alright, so that's all I have left of projects that I've worked on. So now we're heading into, I have some knitting to show, I have some bobbin lace to show, and I have some haul. We might start with some haul. So I have some fabrics here. The first one is from Crafty Kitten. It was part of her, when she puts up the ones at the end of the month about seconds or ones that haven't sold. So this is a 32 count Murano 18 by 27 called Frosted Garden. Look at this way. And it's like, yeah, that's showing up. It's a bit more greener coming through than what's showing at the moment. It's like a nice, really pale green. I actually really like this one. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do, but I'm definitely going to be looking through my fabrics, stuff, and patterns, and we'll see what comes up, what I want to do. But I really like that. I'm happy to use, I always like using even weaves, so yeah, that's a little bit better. It's just a nice neutrally colour, and they're more my colours. Alright, so I have here 3 months worth of fabric from Colour Cascades. I always get 32 count Lugana, and now it's a 17 by 28 piece. Now this is September's, and it is called Barbie Girl. I always love the smell of her fabric. So this one is a really nice pink, and then we've got this touch of some purple mottling through there. Anything could go in that. A pretty lady, any of the bird series I have, anything. But I love this colour, and these are more my colours, like the nice like pinks and the purples. So that was September. Then we go into October, and October is called Blue Orchid. Again, same size, and I love the blue. So it's like a nice sky blue with darker mottling. It's showing up a lot lighter on screen than it actually is, but you can see that mottling over there. Oh yeah, that's better. Just there, that blue, that's better. So anything with a sky possibly would really pop on it. Anything with some greens or some purples, just a nice different contrast. I really like that. I'm liking all the fabrics I got at the moment. And then this one is November's, and this one is called Clouds. This one is called Clouds. So a blue with the white, and it does have a lot of mottling, so it does look like clouds to me. Something has to do with the sky, I think would look really good on there. But they're gorgeous. Alright, so that's all the fabric that I have so far from Crafty Kitten and Colour Cascades. Also from Tammy, I got the last one of the Songbird series, which this is Gratitude. I'm sure you've all seen this by now. So that finishes off the series that I have. Then it was my birthday in November, so Mum and Dad asked me what I wanted for my birthday, and I said that I really wanted a Lowry frame because I love my Omnic frame, but sometimes I want to stitch in my room when no one else is around, and I can't use my Omnic frame because if I stitch on my bed, it doesn't go underneath my bed. So I wanted the Lowry frame just to sit on the side of me. I haven't set it up yet. It's still in its package because we leave in 3 days, and I've got my best friend looking after the house. So why should I try and have that up and ready when I'm not going to use it? But at the same time, so I was getting this through Janet JK Cross Stitching Supplies. So she always gives us a business card and a needle minder. For anyone in Australia, she is amazing to get threads from for DMC. She is so lovely and kind and will find you anything. But I thought at the same time of getting the Lowry stand, I may as well, because I'm paying a lot of money for postage because it's heavy, I may as well put some other things in at the same time. So this part here is from her. So I decided to get myself an 8x11 Q-snap cover because that's the ones I really like using. I like putting my 11 and my 8s together and making that size as a Q-snap. And I only had either an 8x8, which was too small, or an 11x11, which I found too big. So I decided to get this one. It has lots of lovely flowers on there, and they're really cheap. So, and it's really good quality, and I haven't used it yet, but I can't wait to do that. Bought myself a seam ripper that has one of those fuzzy bits on the end that everyone has talked about, so that if I do have to rip when I don't want to, hopefully that will help. This is a scissor sharpener just to sharpen scissors. These are the two Chronics that I was missing for Butterfly Fairy by Joan Elliott. So it's number 5008 and 045. A nice greeny and multicolours ones. So these are the tags. So they'll go with me because I think I'm missing a couple of confetti stitches that I can't do. Then I decided, well, Janet was having a sale about some patterns. I think it was like, if you buy 2, you get 10% off both patterns or something like that. If you buy 3, and one of the patterns that I wanted was out of stock, so I didn't get that. But these were fine. So this is Filipina, and it's called Fairy Iridescent. I've never had one of these patterns before, and I saw this and I fell in love. and it's so pretty. But my god, she is so blingy. This bag here is all of the beads and chronic that she requires. So she uses not just the very 4 braid for 032, but she also uses a blending filament. So while these are both the same colour, one is the braid and one is a blending filament. Then she has a purple, which is 3533 as a braid, I think. Oh, this is a number 8 braid, so that would be different to use. And then there is a whole pile, there's a couple of treasures. A couple of really nice treasures. So these are all the beads as well. And actually, I didn't have any of these beads beforehand, so I did check what my bead stock beforehand, and I didn't have any of them. I also bought one more chart, and this is a Joan Elliott design, and it's the Musician. So I love music, and I used to play the flute, and even though this flute in here is a wooden flute, I still really find myself calling to this particular pattern, and I just love it all together. So I might be starting her soon. She is 168 by 196, so she's a little bit bigger, about the same sometimes as some of the mirrors, but I think she will look amazing. And at the same time, I ordered the beads I didn't have and the chronic as well. So this chronic is 102, it's the goldy one, and then these are the 2 beads that she requires. So I have bought some project bags, even though I know I have not many projects, and I have more project bags than projects at the moment. But I do plan on doing some new starts soon, so I wanted to get on that, and I wanted to get onto this opportunity before this lady went back to the US. So this is from Cricklewood Crossings. She is actually originally from Australia, and she has been in Australia at the moment due to, I think, one of her family members passing away. But she's normally from the US, and she was selling up some project bags. So this one here is some Blue Mermaids, which is nicely felted on like batting on the back, and it comes on, and then on the front we have, it's a vinyl one with a different fabric on the inside. We have a zipper pull, and this one is a little mermaid sitting on a rock. And also, she didn't just put the zipper pull on there as well as making the bag. It came with some little gifts, which was amazing, like so precious. So this one here has come with some ornaments, some laser cut ornaments. So this one here is a reindeer and a Christmas tree. So pretty. We don't have our Christmas tree up, but my friend is probably going to put it up for us or for her while we're away. So I'll hang that somewhere. And then also managed to get a scissor fob. That this one here is all about different charms from the Wizard of Oz. So we've got the red ruby slippers at the top. Going down we have the Scarecrow, the Lion, and the Tin Man. So that's really nice. That's a lovely thought to put in. I love also how on the bag she has this little tag that says made with love. But yeah, no, these are really nicely made. I love them so much. And I'm actually going to be using this one here for Gypsy Queen. This one kind of helped make me actually buy them in the first place, because she was able to find some in Aboriginal artwork as fabrics. And this one is Aboriginal artwork using the crabs. So I love that, and I thought I needed, and this is what I'm going to take one of the projects I'll probably away in when we go away, because I want to broadcast that I'm from Australia. Again, it comes with the Made in Love charm, and this one here, the zipper pull, is a crab. I love how she as using them for to link back into the fabrics. Again, I got given a little ornament that was, I think, laser cut and then painted and designed. So this is a reindeer. Oops. Which is really pretty. And then we've got this little safety pin. Oops. Which way does it go? That way. So there's little scissors on there, a needle, a bobbin, and a frog. And it comes off. So I'm not sure what I use this for, but it is a pin. Maybe I could throw some threads onto there or something. But yeah, that came together as a little mini gift inside, which was gorgeous. So this will definitely be used because I might even use them to take away with me. But that's all the haul I have at the moment from the last couple of months. I know that I am definitely going to be getting some 25 Easy Guide fabric so I can actually use it for my heights. And I know that I'm hoping that I can get to some cross-stitch stores when we go away because we leave on Wednesday. But that's all the cross-stitch stuff I have at the moment. I do want to show you 2 more things. I have some knitting to show, as well as 2 different bookmarks to finish in my bobbin lace. So I decided that there's another lady who's an Australian maker on Etsy called Handmade with Coffee, and she was selling project bags, and they were very, very cheap for what they were. So these are Drawskin bags, and I've got this one here, has all the Hogwarts crest on it, and you can draw it. It's like a drawstring bag, so you can put your project in. I'm using the other one at the moment, but it's bigger than one you can use for socks, so you can actually use this for, I'm using it at the moment for a shawl. I'm loving it. So that's that one, and I bought 2. And the other one I have is this one here, which is the Marauders map. And at the moment, this is holding my my shawl, my skein of yarn, which is what I'm nearly into doing. Don't make it roll off the table. Yeah. So this is the only whip that I have going at the moment for knitting. It is on a Swagman sock fingering, which, let me just get the tag. It is 85% superwash Australian merino, 15% nylon, which is about 400 meters to 100 grams, and it's called Kaleidoscope. I think that's how you say it. This is dyed by Colour Collective, who is a South Australian Adelaide dyer. I have quite a bit of her yarn, been trying to support all the Australian dyers as much. I also realised that because this one's getting quite big, I needed to buy some extra cables, so I bought 2 of these actually, of 125 centimetre length cable, which is about 50 inch for my interchangeable circle and needles. I do have another shawl that I would like to start soon. It might happen when we come back. But this is the project that I've been working on recently. I had to do a bit of a fix up this morning. I did a bit of knitting during the night and then realised I made a mistake and I just couldn't figure out what I'd done. So I had to go back and undo that. But this design is actually also by a South Australian designer, Jess from the Sweater Collective. This is the Garden Sprout shawl by the Sweater Collective, who's in the South Australian dyer. Last time I think I showed you I'd finished off the first part of the lace, and then what I've really done since then is I've just done the next 10 stitches of garter stitching from there, but you can see this lace coming through. And then last night I decided stupidly at 12 o'clock to start the first section of lace. Don't start lace when you're tired. Wasn't the best idea. So I actually, this morning before I did this video, unpicked that back to that row where I made the mistake and then restitched it. There we go, you can see the lace section a little bit more there. coming through. It's in that diagonal section. I'm hoping to take that away with me as well, because I found, but I'm not sure because we're using a different airline this time whether I can get it through. But I'm enjoying this. Some things are different. It's new. I haven't done a lot of lace work before, so I'm finding that a little bit challenging, but it's great. I don't like purling, so I have to go back and purl for this particular row, which is fine. We'll just do it. And then I've got another, so I've only done 1 row out of 10, so I've got another 10 rows to go for that particular section of lace. Then I have another 10 rows of garter stitch, and then I think I've got another lace section. So, I originally started with a ball this size. This is what I'm working with at the moment for the other one. So I will definitely be needing the second skein of yarn before I continue when I finish. Alright, last part of this video is my bobbin lace. So I don't have anything to show you that's actually from my pillow, on my pillow at the moment, because I finished the last piece of lace on Wednesday. Or I finished it actually in lesson and then just actually had to tie off all the ends and do the last bit of cutting on Wednesday. But this is the thing I've done beforehand. So I've been working through the book of Beginning How to Do Lace Making by Rosemary Shepherd, and the last couple of ones you've seen are some different samplers about braiding and about how you have many different twists and things like that. From there, I've then started to learn how to do torsion a little bit more. So this is about ground stitches and how they're actually a lot more open. And this one I'm about to show you has about 4 different round stitches in there, and they're all just made by a different combination of stitches. So I was trying to use some contrasting colours just to change things up, and this is what I've done. So it does change in width wise because of the tension, but at the top was just a regular ground stitch, which is cross twist, pin, cross twist. And then this one down here, I can't quite remember what it was, but if I look at it, I think this one down here was cross twist twist pin, cross twist twist, I think. And then we went down to this bottom section, which is like cross twist, cross twist twist, and there was something else down the bottom. So I can't remember actually how they did it, but it did change. The thing that's different is when you're working with torsion ground, when you do these type of stitches, you have to work diagonally. You don't work straight across. So because sometimes if you want to work straight across, you can't do this section until you're done up here because you need the threads. So you work diagonally down, and you have to figure out where your thread's going through. I had thought I had done this one absolutely completely perfectly, and then I realised that I had missed out one twist at the start, and I didn't realise that until I'd cut it all off. But I really like that one. And then from there, this is the one that's taken me a lot of time recently to do, and I also learnt some new stitches in this one as well. This one is, I've used Wimbledon colours without realising. I wanted to do something that was really contrasting colours so that I could see what was going on, and I'm actually probably going to continue and do a couple more of these ones because I love the pattern, and once I got my head around it, it was easy to do. So this one is all about spiders, what they call in bobbin lace. So those in here, there's those ones where you got the legs coming in and you got that section in the middle and the legs go back out again. That's what we call spiders, and I had never done them before, so this is the first part that I've ever done with spiders, and I absolutely love it. As I said, again, you have to work with this going down diagonally. So you start up in the top, and then you go down, and then you have to work down diagonally. So basically, once I come to here, I was having to go back up here and then work down. But I really like this. I still need to get better at finishing my threads and knotting at the bottom. Looking back through this, I don't think I have actually made any mistakes, and my lace teacher is actually really happy with what I've done. But I'm thinking I'll do this one again using some variegated thread. You just can't see that like that. Using some variegated threads. And we'll go from there. I just need to actually do some winding. So when I do this one again, I'll just do it at home. I won't do it in my lessons. And I've already printed off and cut out and got the pattern ready for the next one I'm going to do, which I think is kind of combining elements. And then I think I do some edgings. So I've been doing bobbin lace for a year now, still loving it. I go there every Tuesday night. My weeks do get kind of busy some days because Monday night I have league bowling, Tuesday nights I have bobbin lace, and then Wednesday, Thursday, Friday I'm free. But it's a good time just to get out and not worrying about school. You can actually probably see some of the artwork we have around. So this side is a print. Behind me we have Mickey, Tweety and Pooh Bear all in a frame. Up here is Morning Glory by a person called Patrick Guyton. He works with aluminium foil and silver foil. He also is the person who's done the hummingbird and the frog. We have some crazy owls up there. So these artwork here is all from cruises that we've been on. On this side you can see the two cross stitches that my Nana Sheila has done that I found the patterns of last time. Mum and Dad, when they went to Canada last year, went to a pewter place, and so we've got all the reindeers and they continue that way in pewter. So we've got the different reindeers, and they also bought the pewter set of the nativity scene. So I thought coming into Christmas that this was a nice setup to be in rather than anywhere else. So the reason we haven't really decorated much so far for Christmas is that we leave on Wednesday night for a major trip, and it's the second time this year I get to go to the US. So we're actually flying out from Adelaide. We're going Adelaide, Doha, Miami, and we're having a couple of days in Miami first. So I don't know what we're going to do yet, but we're definitely going to do a whole heap of different attractions. Then from there we hop on a Princess cruise, and with the Princess Cruise Line, and we do a 21 day cruise around both sides of the Caribbean. It reminds me I need to finish booking my tours, and we're going to be doing that. Then we come back and we have a day in Fort Lauderdale. So if there's a cross-stitch shop in Fort Lauderdale, please let me know, because I'd love to go to a cross-stitch store like that. Then from Fort Lauderdale we go up to we're hiring a car. We drive up to Orlando and we get to do Disney World and Universal Studios. So I get to go to Harry Potter World. If you've been to Disney World or Harry Potter World and you have lots of tips and tricks that I wouldn't know, can you tell me please? Because I would love to know any hints about what to do for that whole week. And also, again, is there a cross-stitch store in Orlando? Let me know. Hopefully I might be able to have a look and go there. And then from Orlando, we go to Daytona Beach for a week, about 5-6 days, which I think is only about an hour or so away from Orlando. I don't know my geography that great. From there, we go down to Palm Springs and do a scenic cruise, and then we fly home. So we get home on the 19th of January, which is like 5.5 weeks we're away for. So we leave on the 11th of December in Adelaide, and we get back in Adelaide on the 19th of January. And now that school's done and all my reports are done, I'm actually getting really excited. My friend because I'm going away with my mum, my dad, and my best friend. She's actually coming in sometime this afternoon, to drop us some goodies for us to pack, because we got given a massive goodie package from an expat from Australia who now lives in the US, and she gave us lots of spicy foods. I know I'm taking a couple of things that then while I'm there I'm going to be posting to people. So watch out for that in the mail. But yeah, so I'm really looking forward to the holiday. This has been in the works for about 2 years in planning wise with myself, Shanae, and my parents. I'm getting really excited now. The rest of today for me is going to be packing because I have school. I'm still working on Wednesday because we fly out at night. Thank God we're only just going to the movies, so that's going to be an easy day. But yeah, so that's basically all I've done so far. I'm sorry if I haven't answered any comments on the last video. I'll make sure I do them now. Brooke, I'm sorry I haven't got that in the mail to you. I'll get it into the mail before we leave. Just been completely swamped this whole term. Just had so much going on with school, but also with family. Please keep my uncle in your prayers. Let's keep fingers crossed that nothing happens while we're away. But if it does, there's not much that we can do. And yeah, I hope to speak to you soon. I hope that everyone in the US had a marvellous Thanksgiving. We don't celebrate Thanksgiving in Australia, but I hope that you had a marvellous Thanksgiving last weekend. And I also hope that everyone who celebrates Christmas or Hanukkah, that you have a great celebration for what you're doing. We're looking forward to we're actually going to be on the sea on Christmas Day, so that'll be good. Just no relaxing, no internet, just complete vegging out. But I hope everyone has a Merry Christmas and you're safe and you have a safe, Happy New Year. And I'll see you in the new year. Bye.